Hello everyone, it's an episode of what I've bought, what I've made and what I'm gonna make. So everybody, hope you're well. I hope the light's okay. It's quite grey outside today. I know it's not Sunday, but I still wanted to catch up with you. First of all, thank you for all the love on the 8 quilted jackets I've made. I've really enjoyed reading your comments. I so glad it's been helpful. I really enjoyed making them and thinking about all the different things to tell you as I made them. And I tell you what, in this weather right now, it's the perfect thing to have with you to sling over the top, etc. is a quilted jacket. So if you haven't checked it out, do. And I am planning, thank you for feedback on Instagram, a sort of rainy girl summer wardrobe and share with you like patterns and things like that around that. So I'm busy planning that at the moment. Not last Sunday, Sunday before was Southern Social. I don't know if I've updated you since then. I don't think I have. So I have lost track of time. So 2 Sundays ago, we had the lovely Southern Social. Hello to everybody who came. We tried a different room and it was nice. And we've got another one coming up on the 11th of August if you are interested. And it was nice. We had 3 new people come. So you don't need to worry that you'd be the only person there who hadn't been before. And I think that's really important to think. When people are thinking, am I walking into a room where everyone else knows everybody? No, you're not. And even if you were, some people have only been once or twice, and everybody is so welcoming, you won't feel like an outsider, I promise you. So what I had done the week before is sewn up my first Bertha cardigan, which I did in this blue, which is from Sew Me Sunshine. The light has changed again. I don't know what's happening. I'm going to leave it at this. I'm not going to mess with it. So this is a Batwing cardigan. I did do the cuffs exactly how they said. I did snip a bit off the sleeve because you know I have short arms. But apart from that, I left everything else the same. And actually, it's a really nice cardigan pattern for that when you've got a bigger sleeve underneath. So if you think of like the Seasons of East dress, which has that kimono style sleeve, you want a cardigan like this because you've got the room at the top of the sleeve here to fit that bit of extra fabric in, which if it's a normal set-in sleeve, you don't have that. So first of all, that's a great thing. Secondly, this fabric is super soft. I have worn this version a lot already, considering I only made it a couple of weeks ago. Blue is a great colour to go with lots of other things. I wore it with my lovely yellow madras pattern trousers, and it's perfect with that. So I'll try and put a picture in here or photos of those together. So I then got to, that was kind of the toile, so I then got to the actual version. And by the way, because this is tilling the buttons, I made a size 4 at the shoulders, graded out to a 5 further down. It's hard with a raglan, but try to do that because it's a bit tricky because of narrow shoulders. So I then cut out the one that was actually always the one I wanted to do, and it's with this gorgeous fabric here from Little Johnny. It's a French terry. It is still available on Grid Fabrics. I will link it below. And because of the lovely pieces, you end up with that lovely shape at the front with the fabulous design fabric. And then I did that colour at the back. I could have put the amazing fabric at the back, but I didn't want to waste it at the back. And I do think those 3 colours work really well, so like when you see them like that together, because I picked out 2 of the colours in the pattern, and I didn't want to go for the purpley blue because it felt like there wasn't a summery enough colour. So I wanted to go for the peaches and the aquas because I felt it was that summer vibe, as we like to say. So I've just got the cuff left to do, and I'm going to do the cuff in this fabric. And the green and the peach, the aqua and the peach, sorry, are fleece backed or brush backed French terry. I scrimped in a bit more on the sleeve because I didn't want this one quite so baggy, but I'm really happy with how that looks. But at this time of year, when you want something jolly but keeping you warm, this is the ticket. So I'm now about to do my third one. You know me, when I find a pattern I like to do it a few times. So let me show you my third one. It is back to this gorgeous fabric, this time in a green from Sew Me Sunshine. It is so soft. That is more actual grass green in real life. It's looking to you very sort of emeraldy. It's more grass or tree green. But for a bit of interest, I think I'm going to do the cuffs in these. I picked these up in the sale, I think, by Graziella. It is a different green, and because of what you're seeing, it doesn't work. But they have the same base in real life of being the green. And so what I'm trying to decide is, will I do that round the collar band as well? Haven't decided, but definitely for the cuffing. So very excited to do my third one. It's a pattern that's in the Make It Simple book. If you own the Make It Simple book, you can get the AO versions by putting the ISBN number, I think, something like that I've done. I can't quite remember how I did it, but it means you can get the AO prints, because with pieces, those big arm pieces, I do not and will not be sticking the PDFs together for that. I am wearing a Tammy handmade Naya in a leftover piece, and if anyone remembers last year, I made an LED wrap dress in this. It's like a cotton lawn, but I put bias binding on the sleeve instead of the sleeve cuff and just hemmed the neckband, and I'm quite enjoying that and that's showing true to colour actually. It's interesting the other one won't. Right, I have made my first version of the Closet Core Travertine, which is sort of a racer back fitted dress. I don't know if you remember, but I made it in this striped fabric, which I had fears of doing that. Can you see? Oh yes, you can really see that it does return, but so I decided I would use this for the toile, because it was the kind of fabric I'd like in terms of thickness and stretch, and I really like the shape of the dress. I'm definitely going to make just the top for like a vest top. I know I tried the Largo tank, but I'm going to try this one. I feel it might be a better fit on me. So the pattern pieces are quite helpful in that you get the top piece, the skirt piece, and then you can overlay them, and they show you where to overlay them to then make the dress piece. And you can have a front bra shelf piece as well. I didn't need it on this though. So now I've made my toile version. I picked up at the Southern Social on the swaps table this fabric. Now I think this is a ribbed scuba, because the back has that sort of scuba look, but the front is like a ribbed jersey, and it doesn't stretch much that way, which is with the rib running vertically, but when you've got the rib running horizontally, it has, and because it's a bit thicker, it'll hide the lumps and bumps. So I'm going to cut that out, and normally the rib would go down, but it's going to go horizontally. So I thought there's plenty of that. I thought that would make a nice travertine, but because it's slightly on the thicker side and probably a bit man-made, that one wouldn't be necessary for the hot weather. So I've had a thought. Thank you to everybody who made suggestions on the hospital gown dress incident. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I'll put a picture in here. Lovely fabric, lovely pattern, together hospital gown. So there's the lovely fabric. I'm going to cut a travertine out of this, I think. Somebody suggested belt. Some people like me were thinking skirt and t-shirt, wear them separately. I haven't 100% made my mind up yet, but I think this could make a great travertine, because I think however much I loved the orange cuffing, to pick out the orange, that was part of the accidental effect, I think. Somebody said to lose that and just do like white, or just do the actual fabric. But I think even without it, it's still too hospital gown vibey. I know that doesn't help, but I think it still is. So I think we need a totally different shape dress. So I'm going to lay the travertine pieces over to see if I can get it out. And I have got a little bit of this left. So if it doesn't work, I have going to try one of the other options people suggested. I might try things like cinching it in and putting a belt on it to start with, just to see. But I don't know about you, in the summer, I'm not always a fan of a belt on. It just, I don't know, it makes me feel a bit when it's hot. So watch this space, but thank you for your suggestions. Solution coming soon. I made another pair of trousers. Let me just find them. They were here. Here they are. So the Madras trousers that I was just talking about were my first proper version of the So Liberated Chanerelle pants, which I'd made a toile of out of a tablecloth fabric, and it wasn't like my top favourite tablecloth, so I knew that I could do it and it would be fine just for like casual, mucky, whatever. And then I was enjoying a sort of explore of my stash the other day, and I really enjoy doing that, like shopping my stash, thinking what I'll make with things and moving things around and seeing where the gaps are. And I remembered I had this fabric. Now, someone used a great phrase on Instagram recently which said this fabric was deep stash. I love that, deep stash. So this is a deep stash fabric. I cannot tell you where this came from, but you can see why I loved it. And it is definitely cotton, but it doesn't feel quilting cotton, but it's thicker than lawn. So it's not sateen. It doesn't have any, no, it doesn't have any stretch to it, but I knew this was destined to be a summer trouser. Wasn't quite the strong colours that I'd chosen in the palette, but was all in there. And actually I've realised just how many different coloured tops I could wear with this. So I made the Chanterelle pants again. So with the lovely deep pocket, you cannot even see the pocket is there because of the pattern, but there is a pocket here. And you've got the waistband again where you do the 2 rows of zigzag stitch. I've not been doing the patch pockets on the back because once you've got those big pockets on the front, a big patch pocket on the back sort of draws attention to my bottom. And although I'm happy with my bottom, I just don't always want to draw attention to it. I did taper in the leg a bit more on this pair, and instead of the pleat, I actually turned the bit on the leg into a dart. Can you see it? It's here. So on the back, obviously you can see the dart there. And I did that because I was inspired by the Closet Core sepia pants. Theirs is a dart. So I did the same amount of fold, but then obviously stitched it like a dart, and I quite like that effect. It's nice to have a variety. Already worn these loads as well, so that's tick tick on those. So rather than making a third pair of these trousers, because I do love them, and actually I'm preparing for you a whole summer trouser pattern exploration. Obviously these are very comparable to the Closet Core sepia pants because of the type of pocket, the waistband is similar, the leg shape is similar, different enough, and actually it's really interesting how the cut is different. So I will keep my verdict on that for now. But to continue on this theme, I was digging in deep stash again, and you might remember in my summer plans I showed you this fabric. Thank you to lovely Diane. I think you was talking about this fabric when I said, and she said they'd make lovely trousers. You're right, Diane. I have cut out a trouser in these. So this is kind of like my wearable toile version, because that is a strong pink even for me. And I've cut out the Saguro pants. Haven't cut the top out yet because this is a pants exploration. We'll worry about cords later. So I've cut those out, ready to sew up. They look like a quite straightforward make. So looking forward to being able to compare those to my other wide leg trousers. But I've also cut out the So Liberated Aranite pants. Now there's 2 styles. You've got woven and knit, and I love the fact that they handle the pockets differently and the front like seam on both. Love the instructions. I think I waxed lyrical about them last time, and I love that there's the option just to finish it like this, or with a cuff, or with the elastic. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different trouser options then in that one pattern, because you've got woven tapered, woven cuff, woven elastic, knit cuff, knit tapered. So that's a great variety, isn't it? And I love this phrase in here, and I'm sorry if I've gone on about this already. Pattern is suitable for advanced beginners. It's a perfect project for those new to sewing pants, as the fit is very forgiving. Who doesn't love a forgiving trouser pattern? So I'm sure you want to see what I've cut them out in. This is deep stash too. As I said, I'm loving some stash exploring. Look at this shape on here, because this is to do with the pocket. Love that. So this is a cotton. Now, is it a sateen or is it a lawn? It's got a smidge of stretch from Amothreads, and it's so soft. This is like summer trouser, but kind of pattern where I'm a little bit like, is this for me? So it's perfect for a toile of the trousers, because if it turns out great, what a fun pattern. And if it doesn't, I'm not going to be desperately sad. But it's not going to stop there. I have turned out as well the Sapphire Pants by Tilly and the Buttons, Pietra Pants, and there's another one as well. So I'm really securing in my mind what is the best trouser for me, and I know that Pietra comes in a wide leg or a tapered leg, so there could be multiple variations, but I've realised that when I'm working from home on these sort of odd summer days, or just wanting something that's casual but nice in this mixed weather, a summer trouser. So lots of summer trouser incoming. Now I'm just going to check my list, because it's one of those rare days where I wanted to make a list. So right, let's do what did I get. Oh, and there's something else to show you as well. So what did I get? Okay, the fabric beehive. Can I just show you these little cute things here? They have wildflower seeds in, and every time you buy from the fabric beehive you get these lovely little flower bombs, wildflower bombs. So fabric beehive need to stop me, because I've done 2 orders since I last told you about the other one. First of all, someone please stop me with my new obsession with double gauze. Little Johnny Harlequin rainbow double gauze. How could I not? I mean, that's just phenomenal, isn't it? So grab that. So it's I'm still drying it. The rain came and it wasn't dry. But they also had lots of remnants. So I got a 3 metre, I don't know, it's raincoat fabric. And so it's like that sort of shower proof. I always think of it like shower curtain level. So it's like that on the inside. So I couldn't really help myself with that, because when I'm thinking about my rainy girl summer wardrobe, who doesn't need a little raincoat, rain poncho? So I'm investigating patterns for that right now. I paid £8 for that. But then they have got the new crafty pie fabrics, which are incoming, and there was pre-order. I'll put pictures in here. I need to stop looking, because the French terry sort of 70s style floral print was just full on St. Michael's bedsheet vibe. So I've gone for the green, and then I got sort of a ginghamy one. It's a viscous. It's just, so anyway, I'm not looking now. Fabric beehive, only just found them. Great service, great fabric choices, and they had their birthday and we're having 20% off everything as well. My finger was like that, but I controlled myself and was intentional with what I got. She says justifying it to herself. Now I've realised there is something else to show you. So I think I told you, and I don't know, I'm sorry, that I'd got the Grainline Studios Scout tee, which is a woven t-shirt pattern, and this was a remnant I picked up from Simple Life Fabrics. Looks like this, and I've mostly sewn that up now. Is that it? This is it, yeah. I thought it was the fabric. And I did this at the Southern Social as well. Not quite finished it, because I was just having a little think on how I wanted to finish the sleeve. I've realised there is an extension pack with different sleeve choices, and you know I love a sleeve, so I'm just having a little think whether I want a cuff or just a hem on the sleeve. And I was having a little think about the neckband, because I could just overlock it and turn it over or fold it under, but it's going to be quite small if I do that, and sometimes that really risks, like, even though I stay stitch the neck, that does risk stretching it. So just having a think on that at the minute. And sometimes I know some people say they really like to go all the way through one project before they do another. This is one of the reasons I don't, because I don't want to finish this wrong. That's a weird sentence. I don't want to go ahead and just plow on with the desire to get it finished and then have regret. So I'm just thinking on the sleeve. Sometimes I just got to live with it for a minute, and also thinking on the neckline. It has, does it have a bust dart? No, it doesn't, but it does have a nice shape to it. I am going to try it in jersey. You knew I would, didn't you? But it's lovely fabric, and I can't wait to wear that with some other things. Could I wear it with the madras trousers? Not sure, might be a bit much. But nice pattern, obviously pretty quick make because it's the front and back and 2 sleeves. I stitch the sleeves open, I always do. The instructions said to do it once they were closed. I will not. And I did have an issue where the neckband was about that much too short. Could be me, you know, I was tired when I was cutting it out, so I will report back on that. But it's a nice pattern. Be interested in like other, well, we know that this t-shirt works out nicely as woven because this is the Tammy handmade Naya. So what I thought would be super short is a bit longer than I thought. Very, very soon I'm going to do quite a short vlog about the pattern I got for the Busy Bee sewing challenge. Thank you to lovely Nikki, amazing pattern she's chosen me. I've been thinking about it, so I'm going to do a little vlog about it. There's a whole playlist on all the Busy Bee stuff if you want to watch it and catch up, including last year's stuff as well. And obviously on the 31st of July we'll all reveal, so I better get a wiggle on, hadn't I, because I've only got half the month left to get it sewn up. You know I love a bit of sewing under pressure. So I hope you're all well, and I hope you're getting a chance to do the things that you want, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye.